first time for any of you to do something like this? Everybody, most of you, not all of you.
No, me and Faith did it.
And Aaron,
and Mark. And we made the clinician cry, so good
no,
luck.
I made the clinician.
Oh, please tell me that story.
Okay, so like I had like very bad stage fright, and I was like crying, and he was like, "You remind me of my daughter," and then he started crying and hugged me and said,
It was just a big tear.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were awful.
I'm gonna go out
Oh,
and
I
and
did
say
too.
that.
See, I'm holding in my tears when I get home.
Anyway.
I just typed it.
Hey, you
There's
never
just
know,
like-
anything can happen, you just
Yeah.
never know, right?
Just like a-
My name is John Fox. I'm a member of the faculty of Clinic Community College and the Music Instructors program there. It was nice to hear you all. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a good time. Cool. Let's play something and then we'll talk a little bit. Can we go ahead and start this blues? Yeah. Here we go. Somebody's clarinet, right? Yeah. You don't have to stand up. We'll make it stand up. Unfortunately, stop. We're just gonna go until he says stop. Here we go, ready? And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'll get to you, I promise. Rhythm section. How are you? Good. Man, why? What's that? No. So bass, pick on you first. Okay. The line is good. Are you reading that line, or you just read the chord changes? The whole thing is written out, and you're playing what's written. Cool. Can you read it? Or did you learn it by ear? Learn it by ear. Learn to read. Yeah. You play sax, so I assume you know how to read music.
Yes.
Can you read music on guitar?
I just have chords.
I know.
Yeah,
In this case, but can you read melodies on guitar?
I can't pick out melodies.
Yeah?
I just play chords.
Okay. Work on that.
Okay.
And I say this because traditionally, like, this might be foreign to you horn players who always read notes, right? Guitar players and bass players are traditionally. I'm a guitar player, so as a group, we are horrendously famous for not being able to read music. So make sure we can read. Yeah, really important. But that's not why I stopped. The notes here, you got this. Play the just drums and bass, just right at the top. Just play the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So, the bass, the line is good. 2 things. 1, try and work on more legato playing. You know what that means? What's that? Smooth and connected. Yeah, legato, smooth and connected, right? So what I'm hearing right now is da 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 da. Right? You want to try and smooth that out a little bit. Da 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 da. Right? Try and make that smooth. You'll sit in the pocket a little more. You'll set up the tone for your band a little better, right? The other thing is be careful of that triplet. Okay? You're dragging on the triplet, which kind of throws a wrench in the machine that should be the rhythm section, right? So be careful with that. Just try and work on. I know that's a technique issue. That's something to work on. Okay. Drums. What's the most important thing? What's the most important thing you do in a tune like this for your band? Time. And what's the most important part of the time? Rhythm. No. I mean actually, like what parts of the time and the rhythm are most important for them to be able to hear? Let me put it to you. What do y'all listen for when the bass drum? There is no bass drum in this group. He's not playing bass drum at all. Hi-hat, right? When you practice this tune, please tell me you practice this tune outside of the band. Yes?
Yes.
And 2, that you do it with a metronome? Yes? How do you set up your metronome?
I said half the time, so I can hear it.
2 and 4, right? Where's the 2 and 4 in the drum beat? It's the hi-hat, right? Totally the hi-hat, right? So you're you're rocking back and forth here, right? So it's a weird tempo. The tempo here is in a space where you might want to be rocking back and forth, except for one thing. I'm not hearing your hi-hat, right? I can barely hear it, and they can barely hear it. We need a really crisp. It's gotta be there, right? That's the most important part of the time. If your band can't hear your hi-hat in this kind of groove, then the time of the whole band is going to suffer, right? So get used to, and I don't know if you do this at faster tempos or not, but use heel up and bounce on the ball of your foot instead. Can you try that for me? Just right now. Heel up. Heel off the ground. Not you, but put the ball of your foot back down. Can you see my foot? Yep. Like that. Instead of like this. Right? We don't want that. We want this. Right? It's going to give you a much crisper sound. Try it. Yep. And even come up higher. Yep. Good. Now try that with your brushes. Bass. Come in with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stronger. That's it, that's better. Now we lost it. There it is. Yep. You hear the difference? Like it's coming in and out, sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't. Really think about that. So really focus on that for me as we play through this tune. Yeah? Awesome. All right. Play your chords with the bass and drums. 1, 2, 3. You with me? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. The voicings are good. The fact that you're on the top part of your strings is good, right? Kind of a tight sound right now, right? You're getting more of a, you're almost doing the role of the hi-hat, right? Do you know who Freddie Green is? Okay. That's the style of guitar that you're playing right now. Freddie Green was the bass player. He was the guitar player, bassy, is where I was going. Freddie Green was a guitar player in the Count Basie band for some 40 odd years. Anybody familiar with his name at all? No? You know who Count Basie was?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's a start. So, the guitar player in the Count Basie band for some 40 years. Someone take a guess at how many solos he took? 10,000? Too many? What's that? None. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Played guitar in the Basie band for 40 years, never took a solo. I've heard one recorded solo of Freddie Green that he took a melodic solo, and it was in a small group with Count Basie. It wasn't with the Basie band. It was with this little side project they did once. That's the only thing I've ever heard. I don't know. I don't know I don't know if there's anything else or not. I've never heard anything else, right? So what he did was he played quarter notes. He played quarter notes on the guitar. He played quarter notes for 40 years. That's what he played. So, what's that?
That sounds boring.
You might think so, but I don't think it was for him. And I don't know if that's part of just his personality or the fact that it was so important to the groove of that band, right? So, can I borrow your guitar for a second?
Of course.
Thank you. No. So, what I'm hearing right now is, right, that's kind of what you got to do, right? So what we want to hear is, y'all know the triplet sound in jazz, the 8-note sound in jazz is a triplet, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? What I want you to try and think about is getting the chord to ring out for the first 2 of the triplet. So you got the quarter note is on, the eighth note is off, right? So give yourself a little bit more body on the chord itself. So instead of, right, you shouldn't be that short. Here. So pickup is good, but it's still kind of right. Way down there.
I don't know even what the knobs do, so.
Oh, that's really
I'm
important,
really
actually.
frustrated.
That's actually really important. The sound is very bright, and we can spend some time working on that, but I don't want to.
Yeah, thanks.
Sitting here, so. It'd be a more mellow kind of sound than a brighter kind of sound.
Okay.
Right. Okay, we're back. Can we start right at 6 for you? A, right at A. Where the clarinet comes in. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Do you have a recording of this?
Yeah, we've posted the recording.
Have you listened to it?
She has access to it.
You have access to it?
She's been using it.
Are you playing along with it?
Yes.
Awesome. Love to hear that. That's great. Do you hear? Tell me what you hear in the melody, how it's played. Like, what am I trying to ask? Are you hearing anything that you don't see? Okay. Okay. Can you play that for me? 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened to the note though? Yeah, there it is. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then he goes on from there, right? Okay. So that's a real quick example of what? How would you describe that in terms of what you're playing or what you play and what you say on page?
I don't really know, like maybe a slur.
It's a slur, right? It's different than what's on the page, right? It's not written there, right? Which means that he, what?
Improvised it.
He improvised it. And more importantly, in this case, it might not have been quite so much improvisation as interpretation. Yeah? So there's things added, right? There's things that aren't on the page. I said that's just one note, right? Just one example, right? Keep playing the melody, rhythm. Play with her. Start again a day, and I'm gonna stop again. And I'm gonna pick on her because she's got this solo melody, but this applies to everything across the board. Everything you heard and played today. I want everyone to listen and kind of keep in mind and think about how this might apply to the parts that you play. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these triplets are a really good example of what I want all of you to absorb from what we do today. So these triplets, play just those triplets again. Those two measures. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay. Right, you all hear that? They're just triplets, right? No big deal. Da da da, do da da da. Right? Okay. That's what's written, and that's what she played. Here's what I would like to hear. 2, 3, 4. Ba da, boo da da. How's it different? It's not short. Not sure. What's that? You don't hear the eighth note. You don't hear the middle note, right? Not you know, like you want to play it, the tone should be there. Any idea what that's called? Of course, Mr. Rand knows.
Ghosting.
Ghosting. Also, for saxophones, there's another term that we hear a lot. No, ghosting works. Ghosting
I'm amazed that she knew that. Like,
Yeah.
She remembers something I said in class.
There's another word that we use, we call it swallowing the note. Anyone ever hear that? It's a da da, because it just kind of, instead of being up here in the vocal cavity, the note just kind of disappears down the throat. Da da, boo da da. Try that. Okay, do this for me, everybody. Sing that. Yay! Rhythm players too, not just horn players, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. I was preparing my voice.
Oh, okay. So we know where the diva resides in the voice, right? Okay, here we go. Ready? Everybody sing this? So again, we're swallowing that middle note, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Da da. That's better. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, more accent, more difference. I want to hear a wider range. Here's how dynamics work. On stage, your dynamics should be so extreme that you think they're silly. Like this can't possibly be the way we're supposed to play. This is so dumb, right? Right? Like it's a joke, seriously. And then what happens is, out here in the audience, they're perfectly effective, right? It's amazing. It's like magic. It's like what you hear on stage is not always what is presented and what the audience gets, right? So what I want to hear is even more distinction between the notes that you actually hit and that ghosted note. Ba da, da da. Right? Really punch those accents. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone sing. No, everyone sing. Everyone sing. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 3, 4. Where'd that last note go? Y'all are getting shy on me all of a sudden. That last note. Da. Da. One more time. Let me hear that last note. Ba ba. And notice what I did there? Ba da. Push through the end of that note. Okay? Give the accent. It's called sforzando. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba ba. Da da. There you go. That's good. Play that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no rhythm, just you. Yes, you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch that second. Ba ba. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 4. There's 2 of them, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That wasn't the note. That's okay. You don't have to be sorry. What happens to that? Look at that. We're supposed to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4. Push. Air to that note, right? Anything longer than a quarter note or so should have some shape to it, right? Ba ba. Boo da da. Right, push through that. Cool. With rhythm section. Right there. And go on. So we are 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. 4 measures. So we're 4 measures before B. Yeah. So keep going from there. And get everyone in on this. 1, 2, 3, 4 B. 4. I'm sorry. 4 before B. 4 before B. We good? Good. You should just have an A chord, right? A9. 1, 2, 3, 4. right? That's the point I was making with these triplets, right? As jazz players, we have to understand that these notes have life and vitality to them that we aren't gonna see just in the notes and the rhythms. It's not just going to be there. We have to bring that to the table, yeah? Where do we find that? How do we know what to do with these notes? How do we understand what to do? Sorry? Nope. Listen, thank you. Excellent. Is he pointing at his ear?
No, my ear was scratching.
We listen, absolutely. We listen. That's why I was asking you about the melody, right? If you heard it. Well, I was asking you what you heard that was different from what you might have seen, right? Was there anything you heard that wasn't necessarily explicitly notated? Were there articulations? Are there dynamics, right? So trombones, this is another great example, right? We get these long notes. Ba-da, oh, ba-da, ba-ba, ba-da, oh, right? If we sing that, if we sing it, just ba-da, 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 ba-da. That's really weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird to just sing every note exactly the same? I find that very weird. Okay, so that takes care of the rhythm, takes care of the ideas, right, about these notes. We have to interpret. We have to bring these lines to life. Yeah? Does that make sense? Okay, let's try something else. Let's do a brace move. Oh, I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. Wait,
Dude, you have to tell me these things. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. Any questions? Again, I know y'all are young musicians and you're just getting started. You played well. You guys are note ready. You're reading the notes correctly. You're reading the notes and rhythms. The things that really gonna bring this thing to life are things we bring to the table, mostly from listening. Yes, question.
Any advice on piano?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about piano. I mean, I play a little bit, but not much. Nothing jumped out at me to offer at the moment. So I apologize. I hope you had a good time.